Oh.
Steve agreed to a 2-year extension today, which, kind of.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Whew.
But, I mean, it kind of locks him in to ride this era out a little bit. Just what do you think of it?
I think it's incredible. Wouldn't want to finish my time here with any other coach. And what he's meant to this franchise, what he's done for us as players, the winning ways that he brought here is you can't replace that. And so very happy for Steve and his family. Got what he deserved, which is it's the largest salary in coaching history, right?
Per year, I mean, Popovich is right there, but it's ballpark.
Yeah, we would pop this and get much better than that. And that's exactly the realm of coaching. When you look at coaches as a whole, that's the realm that he's in. So happy to see, and it's great knowing that, we'll all be in this together.
It's rare for a coach to get as close as he did to his deal expiring. Was there any concern or doubt from your side? Or
No, because I know, I know Joe's going to do the right thing. He's done nothing but build that trust with us to know that he's going to do the right thing and what's best and take care of those that have taken care of this organization, and so I didn't really have much doubt.
How have you seen, or has it been different to watch him work with the young players this season? We've seen Kuminga, go through some up and downs, even in this season, and now he's in there and producing. We've all seen that. You see Podziemski starting these games. Has Steve been different with the young guys this season, or is it just versions of the same?
I think he's. I don't think it's necessarily that he's been so different. When has he ever needed to really play young guys? We've always had so many experienced guys that you kind of never really needed to play the young guys a bunch of minutes. This year we've needed to play the young guys a bunch of minutes, and he made the adjustment. So I think he gets a lot of criticism for, he's not playing young guys, but would J.K. have been as ready as he is now a year ago? I personally don't think so. Now, I think we all believe what J.K. could become, but you're almost doing J.K. a disservice by not giving him credit for the work that he's put in to become the player that he's become this year. And so, like I said, I think Steve has caught a lot of unfair criticism about playing young guys when, number one, you haven't had to or needed to, but yet as soon as you've needed to, you're doing it. And you've made that adjustment, and look what it's done for our season.
The two-timeline thing obviously has been talked about and sometimes talked about by your management, sometimes not, but do you see that happening now? Was it an eventuality that this was going to happen where you see, your guys are still there and you have some real solid young guys coming up and that you can see where this is going?
Yeah, but I don't really think it's a two-timeline thing anymore. I think it's the natural progression of a dynasty, which is you win with certain guys, and that's how you build a dynasty. And then those guys start to get older, and you start to build up young talent to keep the train rolling. And I think that's kind of where we're at. And so the young guys that are playing, they've learned to plug in and find their spots and play the right way and play our brand of basketball. And, it's not quite the same as what we've always done, but there's a lot of similarities in what we've always done, and there are some staples in what we've always done. And so I don't necessarily view it as a two-timeline thing now. I think it's more so these young guys have grown and they're getting more responsibility as they continue to grow.
What is your opinion on how Steve's handled the more veteran guys and benching them if they're not playing their best basketball, and then them coming off the bench and really finding their way back?
Steve's like a player whisperer. He kind of always knows the right moves to make. even, when it comes to like adjustments and playoff series and things, he always kind of knows the right move and when to make them. He has a great feel for that. And so, you got to respect it. Those aren't always easy decisions to make. But that's why you get paid the big bucks.
What was your take on what went down in the last 10 seconds?
Yeah, I don't really understand why people get so mad at like somebody scoring at the end of the game. It's like this dumb, unofficial, unwritten rule that everybody get mad. Like, if y'all were winning by 13 points, would you get mad if he laid the ball up? I doubt it. And so it's kind of like a sore loser type thing. Like, Miles is my guy. That's my little brother. So I'm not going to sit here and go in on Miles. Miles can do no wrong to me. But Grant Williams got to stop it, man. He can't keep being like this tough guy is going absolutely wrong for him. Like, he's a really nice guy, and for some reason he keeps like trying to jump on the unlikable side. And I must tell you, it's not always fun over here. It's not always a good time, and so I don't know, man. He need to figure it out. Because, boy, I mean, talking too much kind of got you out of Dallas, like overdoing it. And he over there talking too much now. So you might want to slow down and stop all the tough guy stuff. You want to be the president of PA and stuff, man. You can't be out here doing all that stuff. You don't see C.J. McCollum running around being a tough guy. Chris was tough as hell as the Players Association president, but like CP's 6 feet. Like, you gotta have some nastiness to you to be that great and be 6 feet tall. I don't know what Grant Williams out here doing, man. That dude is he into it with everybody this year. And then he came over to our bench, thought he was about to have a friend. Ain't no friends for you over here, my man. Like, you got to go down there and talk to your guys. You can't come over here and talk to us about what just happened with our players. Like, no, we support him. Also, there's a 2-second differential in the shot clock. Would you like us to take another turnover? We got enough turnovers on this game as it is. With 22 turnovers, you want us to get 23? You also cannot press down 13 with a minute to go. And then somebody shoot a layup with 22 seconds to go. And you get mad. Like, with 2:45, we took our stars out. Go sit down. It's over. Game is over. Go sit down. They didn't want to go sit down. So if y'all still playing, then play. Don't stop now because there's 22 seconds left and you finally feel like it's out of reach. Clearly, we thought it was out of reach at 2:45, which is why Steve took everybody out. So now that you think it's out of reach, it's okay. Like, oh, it ends now. Like, no. It doesn't work like that. And so I'm really sick of guys with this. Like, oh, you scored at the end. Rah! Like, bro, you should have did that a long time ago. And, yeah, man. Pray for Grant Williams. Oh, man. Wow.
You mentioned CP. Obviously, he's coming back pretty soon. You guys are obviously playing really well, maybe a different tempo, different field. How much are you thinking about the adjustment? How does he work back in? And is it, a matter like, hey, everyone have to understand that some guys' minutes might not all be all there?
I mean, we all have to understand that. There's been nights where I played 21 minutes. There's been nights where I played 46 minutes. I think that's, all of us got to understand that. But also, what Chris brings to any team that he's on, you can use it, and it helps you win. And so I don't necessarily overly worry about that. Excited to get Chris back because it adds one more solid, stable Hall of Famer to the bunch for us, and we know what he's going to bring. And, Chris also unlocks other guys. Chris unlocks Dario in a way that none of us can, and so Chris is going to bring some things back to our lineup that'll be great for us. So I don't necessarily overly worry about that. Cool.